My name is Hannah Dahl, and this is the Crumple and Shoot strategy. This is a vocabulary strategy. So, Crumple and Shoot is a game that can be played as a preview to vocabulary words, as a comprehension check, or as a review before an assessment. So, it is an activity that can be done in the beginning of the unit, the middle of the unit, or at the end of the unit. Starting with the setup, we need to split the students into groups of 2 to 4 so that they're in small groups where they can work together. An optional addition is to allow them to create their own group name. Then we need to provide each group with squares of paper. I have 10 to 15 because I have around 10 vocabulary words in my example. So you need them to have as many squares as you have vocabulary words. These squares of paper are just 8.5 by 11 regular pieces of paper that have been cut into fourths so that they have a little bit smaller pieces of paper for their vocabulary words. We also need to create a scoreboard that will be in the front of the room that we will use to keep score during the game. We also need to place a trash can in the central location of the room. Another optional addition is to place tape on the floor several feet away from the can to create a 1-point and a 2-point line. So you can either have just one line where all the students will shoot from, or you can create a 1-point and 2-point line so they can choose which one they want to shoot from. Then actually playing the game, we start with reviewing the rules, such as staying with their group, talking quietly so that other groups don't hear them, when to show their answers, when to come up and shoot, all of that stuff. Then we will ask the question to the whole class. This can be done verbally or displayed on the board, or both. Then each group of students will have time to discuss and agree on an answer as a whole. Then they will write it on their piece of paper. So during this time, they will have 30 seconds to discuss in their little groups and write their answer on their piece of paper. At your signal, you will have the students hold up their answers, and then each group with the correct answer can send one person up to the trash can or the lines by the trash can, and they will bring their paper with them. At the line, you will have the students crumple up their paper, and then they can shoot it either from the line or one of the two lines. If the student makes it into the trash can, they get the point, or if you have the 2-point option, they could get 2 points. And this just continues until all of the words have been used, and the group with the most points at the end is the one who wins. My example, we can see here that the teacher is up front with the questions that they can read off or put on the board. The students are in groups, the scoreboard is displayed in the front, and the trash can is in the central location with tape in front of it. Here we can see that the question has been asked and put on the board. The students have had their 30 seconds to discuss with their groups, and the students have now been directed to hold up their answer. We also see that they are using tier 2 and 3 words in their math unit that are listed on the side. So as the students hold up their answers, we can see that the Eagles group has the right answer. So the Eagles group sends one of their group members up to the trash can. The student crumples up the paper, and he stands at the line. And we see here he's standing at the 1-point line, and he throws it. We're going to say that he made it into the trash can, so the Eagles group receives 1 point. And then this game just continues until all the words are used, and the group with the most amount of points wins.